huddle there at quarter time, and looking forward to a big second quarter, and it's back to our callers, Dan Sensick and Ben Warren-Smith, to take you through all the big action in the second quarter in the Parker Cup this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks, Brash. It's Heathmont leading by a point here as we're just about to get underway. Savoury and Power will contest the ruck. It's interesting seeing Savoury in the ruck, and more used to seeing him up forward booting goals. Power won the tap down. There's a whistle, and it's going to go free kick going the way of Ringwood, and Burmeister to take it.
Cop to face palm.
The old don't argue to the face. Harley Burmeister, quick kick down the line up towards centre half forward. Power tried to take it, couldn't take the mark. Was picked up by Farmer, but wrapped up in the tackle nicely there by Colombo. And at centre half forward, we'll see a ball up. The rucks go at it. Savoury just palms it down. Farmer, his kick was smothered, and now they look to repel the Jets. Beautifully done there. They work their way out of trouble. Up towards half forward. Lee Odermatt chasing the footy. Kyle Matthews hot on his hammer. Beautiful pressure there applied there by Matthews. Got a quick kick away up towards half forward now for the Jets. Handball out. Just hacked out of midair there by Heathmont, and getting back there on that occasion was Burns to take the mark as he weighs up his best option. Last line of defence. Out towards half back. Matthews is there, but the mark taken there by Jacobs. And Jacobs moves it on quickly down the wing, and kicked absolutely clean bowled his teammate there, taken there by Cassini. Tries to work his way out of trouble and does so. And now kick off the ground there by Savoury, but smothered straight away, and there's a whistle. Play on called by the umpire. Yeah, play on. And as they go down the line now again, the Redbacks. So Collier takes the mark, moves it on forward, goes long up towards the Trent Farmer direction against the Brucey. Farmer takes a beautiful mark. And he was out of position there, Farmer, but he timed the push off to absolute perfection and took probably a trademark grab there by him, Brash.
Yeah, it was, and look, that was not an easy grab there by Trent Farmer, because Ben Abruzzi had done everything right there. He played in front and did all the correct spoiling tactics, yet Trent Farmer just got through with it.
Well, he's kicked his 54th goal for the season, Trent Farmer. He's topping the goal kicking in Division 3 at the moment, and just continuing on from a stellar 2017 season, which saw him win the goal kicking, the Division 3 best and fairest, and captain the SEN Team of the Year. He's having a brilliant season.
And an EFL Inside special guest during the week, Barry Cotts, around the grounds. And I tell you what, that was an entertaining first quarter out at Montrose and East Ringwood today.
Certainly is. Montrose 6-1-37 to East Ringwood 5-5-31 in Division 1, and in Division 4, Sylvan 2-7-19 to Wanderers Pioneers, 4 behinds, 4 points.
So first blood to the Redbacks. Ball back in the middle here. Savoury got the knockdown that time, came into the arms of Young, couldn't quite trap it. English was in there wrapped up by Power, and we'll have another bounce. Call it a restart. It's still in that centre circle. Umpire Dan Beattie wastes no time. Power got the little fist on it that time. Handball out by Savoury, went wide, but out there was Blythe on the left boot, kicks it up towards the half forward line. Nice sit up okay here for Dyke, but over the top Pettigrew got the good spoil, but they got the quickest kick inside forward 50 to the Redbacks. The fall of ball, they do have the numbers though, the Jets. Cassini into the middle of the ground. That was a good kick too, taken there by Hendricks. He was off. There's like whistle after whistle up, blow your whistle. And in the, it's not a nightclub, Ben, get over it. And as it comes out wide, here as Conyers takes it, switches up towards the half-forward line, bouncing football, one-on-one contest in shoes, slap brilliantly back to Colombo. He's been quiet, pokes the ball inside forward, 50 Powers there. The big man to mop up for the Redbacks, stumps it out towards the wing position, out of that danger zone. Now it's a 2-on-2 contest. Little toe poke off the ground, Colombo comes in from the side. He had Pettigrew there to lay a tackle, and we'll have a bounce right in front of the caravan here, right in front of Matt Fodier, our boundary rider, and we'll have a bounce. Heathmont faithful right there also. Thrown up and knocked out of bounds. So right near Matt Fodier, didn't move a muscle, still got his leg, like the right leg perched up nicely on the left. Well, I've been watching his switches. He's only done 2 in the first quarter. As the umpire brings the ball back into play now. Comes out Atwell, nicely done on the left boot from the stoppage, kicked it up. And the umpire's called play on. Maybe it was touch Conyers. He's still trapped and got the handball away, so that's okay. Knudsen in the middle of the ground, spearing pass, that's good. Young, they're off to the races here. The Jets inside forward, 50, looking for Brown. And he comes out, and that was strong jukes, and he takes it. He's going to have to kick from right on 50.
Yeah, this might test him a bit, I reckon.
He was looking forward, and then he's decided to go back and have a ping, so a chance for...
And Ryan Young's done some good things too for Heathmont as well.
Brown comes in. He's just going to end up kicking it to the hot spot. Oh, does it have the legs? It does have the legs. It came back beautifully. Weighted magnificently. Finn Brown kicks Heathmont's 4th goal of the afternoon. 5 minutes into the second term here in the Parker Cup, and the Jets get back the lead by 1 point. This is an absolute cracker, and I'm sure there's plenty more around the grounds with the score centre, Barry Cox.
Yeah, so quarter time, Doncaster East 4 goals straight 24 to Bayswater 2 4-16. North Ringwood and Roval are tied at quarter time 1-4-10 apiece, and Kilsyth is trailing Glenwaverley Hawks. Glenwaverley Hawks 4-2-26 to Kilsyth 3-5-23.
Well, back in the middle, it's the Jets leading by a point after, of course, Ringwood wrestled back the lead earlier on this quarter.
Single goal kickers across both sides too.
It's a hallmark of both their games, I reckon, but ball goes up, and English takes it beautifully wrapped up there, and we'll have another bounce in the middle of Jubilee Park. So ball goes up once again. Savoury wins the tap, and just trying to bustle his way out of trouble there was Young. And free kick coming out of this, and it's, it's going to be another ball up after Young was wrapped up. So up they go again, Savoury and Power. Savoury wins the tap, gets it back again, just tries to shovel the handball out. As Redbacks gain possession, they get the clearance inside forward 50 in front of a Bruzy there. He's got Farmer to beat, wrapped up there by Farmer nicely. Ooh. And Farmer gets around 1, gets around 2, just bit off a bit more than he could chew there. And the umpire says holding the ball, and the free kick's going to come back.
Well, at least he was trying to make something happen there, Trent. You don't mind that.
So in the back pocket now, the Jets look to work their way out of defence. Up towards half-back, Young. It was Douglas that flew for the footy. Cans. Handball over the top there to Callanan. Puts it up to the hot spot. Farmer and a Bruzy, and Savoury and Power go at it. A Bruzy gets first hands on the footy. Handball coming out there was good to Colombo. Gathers it once again. Knudsen. Smart little tap there. And gathering it up towards the front there was...
Brilliant. Zach Callanan.
Zach Callanan, who's got his second for the afternoon. And that was really smart work there by Zach Callanan. Great roving play there. It's just to read the flight of the ball and just make them pay in a high pressure situation, Brash.
Yeah, and I think Chris Colombo, once again, his hands and decision making just a little off there. Another one of them dinky little handballs to try and take some pressure away, and he's turned the ball over again in a very crucial spot.
And magnificent intercept there by Callanan, and then to get boot to ball quickly. Was in close range, but also had to poke it over the top of a tall defender in Declan. So fantastic play there by the home side here. Ringwood on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 32-27. So they've regained the lead here. 98.1 Radio East, and all afternoon right through till 6 o'clock. We've got a plethora of it around the ground reporters as well to keep you up to date with the big games across all divisions. Umpire starts it again, comes down Atwell on the left boot, gets it up towards the half forward line, inside forward 50, almost copying one high. There was Hill, goes after it again. Colombo was there for Heathmont to mop up the pieces. Handball over the top. That was okay, got it away to Hendricks, back to Colombo, fumbled this way, that way, then broke a tackle. That was good play. Up towards the wing position now, standing strong in the contest there was Ryan Young. Said he had a good first term, kicks the ball up towards a half forward line. Out in front there is Robbie Savoury. Could have whined around and kicked it, almost had a ping there, but instead goes to Odermatt, who would like to do the same, but he was called out of bounds. The paint beat him in that instant, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 40 metres out from goal. It's down Heathmont's end. They're looking to regain the lead here. It is seesawing. Barry Cott's around the grounds with the score centre.
Some Division 4 scores. It's a pretty close game. Nuttawading 4-4-28 to Fair Park 4-3-27. And East Burwood 4-2-26. Lead Forest Hill 1-8.
Keep a close eye on that Nuttawading game as it unfolds, as Blythe took it. Mark wasn't paid, but poked it up towards the wing position there. And Heathmont did have the numbers. So it'll be Conyers. In fact, sorry, it was Declan got it away to English on the left boot inside. Now it's with Gary Conyers. They haven't gone too far with 3 possessions, but weighing up the options. The kick goes inside forward 50. Odermatt was over the back. He copped it in the chin there, Odermatt. Little kick out wide. It comes straight back into the throat of Conyers. Inside forward 50, spearing pass. And it was a good one too, and getting there and taking it was Colombo. We've asked for him to step up, Wayne Brasher, in this term, and certainly, and since you've said it, he's had a number of possessions.
Yeah, he has, and you know, we know the quality of player that Chris Colombo is, but we also know the quality of Gary Conyers when he's on song as well. Beautiful intercept there, and great delivery, hitting Colombo right on the lead and into the chest.
Well, distance won't be a problem, and we've seen it go left and come back right. He set sail for goal and he started it right, and that's where it stayed. So through for a minor score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 10 minutes into this second term, the Parker Cup on EFL game day. It's a 4-point lead to the home side. Ringwood 32 plays 28. Let's quickly cross down boundary side to Matt Fodia.
Just in regards to Colombo, he's been played as a sort of swingman, a modern day swingman, the small side. So that might just watch his movements for the day. He started back in the first quarter, and now he's down forward.
So Cairns at half-back just gets a handball out. Now the Redbacks look to go forward. McCann, strong kick up towards half-forward. Beautiful mark there, taken there by Conyers, and he's copped one on the way through by Dite. The umpire said it was okay, though, so he'll come back to take his kick.
He's a pretty tough character, Gary Conyers.
Conyers down the line, puts it straight down the throat of Mitch Farmer, who puts it inside forward 50. Tries to find his brother Trent, who has 2 to beat. Abruzzi with the spoil. And now Evans. And this is Douglas over the top. Beautiful to Declerc. Just shrugs the tackle there. Douglas once again gets the handball out. And Colombo will probably see it over the boundary line. It's still kept in, rather. Abruzzi trying to burst his way through. Douglas once again as he works it down the wing. Bouncing ball. And Matthews once again scooping up beautifully. Sends it straight back down the line. Flying for the ball, Colombo. Unable to get an effective handball out. And Blythe just grubber kicked it along the ground. And now the Jets at half-back look to build from here. Conyers once again. Beautiful tackle there, though, by Collier.
Oh, Gonski.
And the umpire called play on. Rather, it's going to be a free kick coming back. It's going to go to Collier.
Good tackle, that.
Great tackle. And he'll put it long inside forward 50 up to the hot spot. The mark taken there. Backed by Declerc.
They're certainly getting back and playing in front of Trent Farmer, Brash.
Yeah, they are. They're taking his space, his leading space, BWS, and he's not liking that close attention.
Barry Cotts, you've got some more important scores around the grounds as we go local for your footy.
Yeah, Division 3, Templestowe, Waverley Blues, 139 apiece at quarter time.
So Declerc just weighing up his best option now. Not a lot on for him to kick to, but just goes short. Into the back pocket. Not a lot on, it's Van Leeuwen. Given the hurry up by the umpire. Straight down the line. Kick misses its initial target, and Burns looks to clean up now. Matthews tries to spin his way out of trouble, but beautifully wrapped up there by Douglas. And there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of the dreadlocked one. Liam Douglas just pops it over the top. Colombo. Oh! Called play on, but
geez, he's had a purple patch, Colombo, in this term.
Yeah, as absolutely, and he looks to be in a fair bit of pain here. He's had his head almost taken off by Kyle Matthews as he looks to compose himself, Colombo. And it was quite a heavy hit there, so it'll be 25, no doubt.
Had to be. And
the Jets will look to build from here, but gee, that was tough stuff by Colombo there. Had eyes only for the footy. Matthews, I suppose, just came in a bit late. Accidental contact. And Colombo down the line. Mark taken there, though, by Shamrock at half-back.
Was out in the full aura mark there, unfortunately, for Chris Colombo.
So James Shamrock, we'll pay him the mark. It might have just been over on the full, but let's give him the stat. big man leans back over it and thumps it every bit of 50 metres out towards the wing position. Using the far side of Jubilee Park, both sides there today. Nicely done there by Callanan. Got the handball away. He's tight on the right boot up towards the half-forward line. They were hugging the boundary line, and that's where the ball goes. Over and out, 75 metres out from the Ringwood goal line. They lead by 4 points. Barry Cott's around the grounds with the score centre.
Division 2 scores, Croydon and Park Gorges. Park Gorges 1-8 to Croydon, 2 points, 2 points. Mitcham 5-2-32, Lilydale 2 goals straight 12. Mulgrave 2-7-19 to 1 Turner South 1 behind, and Doncaster is 5-2-32 to Bayswater 3-4-22.
So Mitcham beating Lilydale by 3 goals. Well, they could be the giant killers, the Tigers.
Yes.
Already beaten Doncaster East a couple of weeks ago. Ball hits the decks.
Well, even Mulgrave could be the giant killer too, BWS.
Yeah, they're going well.
2-7 to a point.
By Dan Beard. Threw it up there. Knock away by Evans. Nicely done there by Douglas. Little handball backwards. Kick goes up towards Hendricks' direction. He used his body well, dropped the mark, but was able to have the support there. It was picked up by Knowles. Little handball over the top. That was scrappy. McCann, he did well. Got the handball away, then the kick. And a lot of players under pressure here. Young's underneath it. He's always solid as a rock. Takes the mark, kicks the ball into the middle of the ground. Here's Bryony. Only just come onto the ground up towards the half-forward line. It was a good kick too, but Brown overran it. In fact, it came over to Brown now. It was Hendricks. They do look alike. Look at Brown. He's got class. His little chip kick away. Looking for Odermatt. It looked like it was touched off the boot, but it certainly wasn't. And he dives and he takes it. And well, distance certainly won't be a problem, and it's on his favourable side, Lee Odermatt. He's already kicked 1 goal in the first term, which was an absolute ripper, and a chance for Heathmont to regain the lead here at the 16-minute mark of this second term. Some more quick scores, Barry Cotts.
Yeah, South Croydon 6-4-40 to Baldwin 3-4-22. Montrose and East Ringwood 6-1-37. East Ringwood 5-5-35.
Well, Odermatt leans over and the goal umpire does not move, and they get around him, and he likes a celebration too, doesn't he, Lee? That's his second. It's goal for goal out here at Jubilee Park. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 16.5 minutes into this second term, it is as close as it gets. 34 plays 32. The Jets have the lead.
I think the wind has really sprung up here, and it's making the ball handling skills for both sides very difficult. So whoever can control the contest for long enough and hit their targets are going to prove to be the side that's going to have the initiative here.
So back in the middle, it's the Jets by 2 points as the Rucks go at it. Heathmont with the tap there through Evans as they look to go surge forward now. At half forward, busting through there nicely though was Hill as he's wrapped up in the tackle, but out comes Cassini.
Looked like he was trying to score a try.
Yeah, exactly.
Atwell tries to burst through, but the Jets win out on this occasion. Declare. And now Jacobs, just a swarm of players around the footy. Grierson just handballs it forward. Cairns couldn't pick it up. And they're wrapped up in a tackle there. I think that was Shambrook at the bottom of that pack.
Barry Cotts around the grounds with the score centre.
Division 1, Norwood 4-1-25 to Noble Park 1-7-13, and Blackburn 4-2-26 to Doncaster 1-1-7.
Well, Power gets the tap and Collier wrapped up in the tackle. And free kick going the way of Heathmont. Colombo, who's been fantastic in this game so far. Copped a heavy knock earlier on and has soldiered on since. See that left knee heavily strapped as well. He goes down the wing. Players fly for the footy. Burmeister couldn't take the mark. Stevens. As they look to go forward again, Heathmont, but in front position there was Lang. Just got a kick up the wing, but it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 2 points the margin, 18 minutes into the second term. It's Heathmont 5-4-34, Ringwood 5-2-32 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a bit of a war of attrition in the middle at the moment. Both sides. Sorry, Dan.
Ball toss back into play. Power wins it. Collier paddles it to the front position. And now he gets it back. Power just slams it on the boot. But puts it straight down the throat of Evans. So Evans on the wing. Just goes straight down the line. And great mark taken there.
Calvin Gregg.
Of course, Calvin Gregg. Strong mark, short chip pass across to Power. And it looks like they're just trying to control the tempo of the game here. Ringwood slow it down a bit. Power down the line finds Headland. Headland long kick up towards the 50-metre arc. Abruzzi versus Farmer. Beautiful mark taken there by Ben Abruzzi, the Viking, standing tall in front of Farmer, who did everything in his power to spoil it. But Abruzzi, we know he's got strong dukes. Given the hurry up by the umpire as a high ball down the wing. Power missed the mark and Colombo takes it, tries to bounce but fumbles, tries to work his way out of trouble now. Matthews, beautiful tackle. Crowd calling for ball, umpire called play on. Finn Brown wrapped up there by two redbacks. Beautiful mark, beautiful tackle there taken by Lang.
Gee, that was well done by Kyle Matthews there, because they had three players running in tandem there, Heathmont.
So Lang wins himself the free kick for holding the ball. Kick down the wing, looks for Trent Farmer. Oh, courageous stuff there by Heathmont. Looks inboard, finds a man, and it's Robbie Savoury. Across the ground, tries to find Hendricks, but chopped off there by Brown. Atwell just couldn't take possession on that occasion. Now Burley.
Downfield.
And there's a free kick for downfield.
Atwell in very ill-disciplined there.
So a bit going on. It's.
That was well picked up.
I didn't see that unfold, Brash. Let's head down to the boundary side with Matt Fodia.
Yeah, so Atwell's hit Burley, well not hit, he's bumped Burley after the play, but then the one that the Heathmont faithful are going on about was as Dan Beard came in to explain to Atwell what's going on. Stephen Brown is, he's swung an arm. I don't know whether he made much connection, but he definitely swung an arm in the direction of, I think it might have been Burley or Stevens. They both look pretty similar. And I'm not sure what connection he made, but it'd be something that luckily the footage is here, so if we want to have a look at it later, but that's what's the hubbub.
So Brown comes in to kick for goal and kicks truly for Heathmont's sixth of the afternoon. They increase their lead to 8 points. Heathmont go to 6-4-40, Ringwood 5-2-32, and Brown has two for the afternoon on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Starting to have a bit of an influence, Finn Brown. Not only is he kicking goals, but he's also been able to set up play, and he's working that forward line, that forward 50 really, really hard, trying to provide many opportunities for his fellow forwards.
Doncaster East lead Bayswater in time on in the second by 22 points. Barry got some other scores that are happening around the east.
Certainly, Upper Ferntree Gully 6-6-42 to Mooroolbark, 2 behind 2 points. And it's Forest Hill East Burwood 6-7-43 to Forest Hill 139.
Ooh.
The crowd certainly getting amongst it out here at Jubilee Park. And they usually do for a Parker Cup contest. Charging in there, Van Leeuwen got it away. Young on the left boot, inside forward, 50 in the front spot. That time was Spurns, overran it. Came through, was Odermatt. Spurns picked it up on the right boot! Into the ball pocket. Brown is just everywhere. He's a class act. Jeez, he's a clever footballer. I'm enjoying watching this boy play. He's going to be on a difficult angle, but he'll go back and try and put his third three. Almost looked like he was going to quickly go on and do the check side there. Might look like he's still going to do the check side. He's very close. He can open it up and he can just pop it through, but he didn't. It was laxy days in the end. It hit the post on the way through. So a let off there for the Ringwood side. 22.5 minutes tick over on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in this second term, and it's a handy 9-point lead here to the Jets. It should have been more. Matthews brings it in, and we'll cross down boundary side very shortly. Let's do it now to Matt Fodia.
Yeah, it's important that you see how quickly the Heathmont Jets got it down to Finn Brown. He's always going to win that. The slow ball movement is playing in the hands of Ben Abruzzi on Trent Farmer at the other end.
Ball out to the wing position. It came down. Conyers got it away. Savoury has to use his opposite side kick towards the Odermatt direction. Used his body well. Matthews came in from the side. Gave a little nudge. Odermatt hit the deck. It looks like the numbers are there with the Redbacks. Greg tried to barge his way through. He dropped the pill. He had support there from Burmeister. Hit the deck. Umpire calls play on. Powers in and under. Oh, going after it. English. He played for the free. He copped one in the throat, in fact. But he didn't get paid it, and then he's hit the deck. Umpire Dan Beard's come in from the side. He was a non-officiating umpire in that instant. And it looks as though he is overruled, and it'll be a free kick to Brent English. And it will. So the experience of Dan Beard, who's played countless games and Division 1 finals and grand finals, has come in as a non-officiating umpire. The whole crowd saw it. Brent English will have a shot on goal.
Actually, this could be a very important kick in the overall scheme. If Finn Brown had a kick kicked his goal, and if English could score, it could be a very handy lead.
He winds up now, gives himself every chance. He set sail for it, but he pushed it just to the right-hand side. Distance was not a problem. And once again, the Redback fans, they breathe a sigh of relief. It's a 10-point margin out here. Heathmont 42, Ringwood 32, Barry Cox around the grounds.
Division 1 South Croydon 8-5-53 to Baldwin 4-4-28.
So in the shadows of half-time here, Matthews, just a quick down-the-line kick, risky kick in the end, brings it back into play, hits Burns on the chest, gets it on very quickly as the Redbacks look to rebound from defensive 50, out towards the broadcast wing in front there on that occasion. Colombo scooped it up beautifully. Collier goes after it, copped a heavy knock on the way through, and Farmer wrapped up in the tackle of the Mitch variety, and the umpire calls for it. And gee, that was a heavy knock there. Savory's on the ground. He's sucking in the breaths at the moment. Rather, it looks like it's David Knowles.
Yeah, him and Collier. That was nothing. It was all fair, but it was a, very solid bump there. Knowles has ridden it pretty well, I reckon. Just coming off for a precautionary measure here, just to make sure.
Sensational tackle by Conyers as well.
So Rucks go at it. Savory wins it down. Taken there by Collier, just toe poked forward. They're in front though, the Jets. Beautiful handball over the top. Finds Hendricks, back to Colombo. He's got a fair bit of run about him, this bloke. Inside forward, 50 to the pocket. Brown just couldn't take the mark. Spoiled at the last moment, and we'll see a boundary throw in at half forward as the Jets lead this one by 10 points, 6-6-42. Ringwood 5-2-32, 25 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. As the ball comes back into play, Savory and Power. Farmer once again holding the ball and conceding a free kick in time on. Bailey Stevens off to Brent English. Straight into the man on the mark though. Can spins his way out of trouble at half back though, and only as far as a teammate. He's wrapped up by two Jets, and the umpire calls for it.
Really good pressure by the Jets in this second quarter here. They really have upped the ante here.
I'll be upset if they don't get another goal.
Yep.
So Farmer couldn't get the kick away. And that Brayon inside forward 50. Hendricks dispossessed. Cairns just beautifully working his way out of trouble there. Can he hit a target into the middle of the ground? He's got a paddock on here.
Here's a go.
Blythe, if he can just get hold of it. Short little grubber kick up towards centre half forward into space. The Jets have got the numbers though. It's Gary Conyers, and there's half time here at Jubilee Park. And it's Heathmont 6-6-42, 10-point leaders over Ringwood 5-2-32. Half-time here at Jubilee Park in Division 3 of the Bendigo Bank Eastern Football League.
Major goal kickers on the ground for the Heathmont Football Club, 2 each to Brown and Odermatt, while Zach Callanan has 2 for the Redbacks. It's game on out here. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern, streaming live around the globe on efl.org.au, at Footy EFL via Twitter this afternoon. Let us know what's happening. Jesse Hare, she's right across it, keeping you all up to date. And of course, Barry Cotts on the score centre doing a marvellous job. Corey Norris from the Channel 9 newsroom, he'll join us at halftime, and we'll have all those important around the ground scores and an exciting second half coming up right after this.
Decided to go with the mahogany with gold handles on the side and white roses. I think that should look really elegant.
I like how you can see it all.
Tobin Brothers Funerals' latest Memory Maker app gives you more choice than ever before. With the app's newest Build Your Own feature, you can now personalise your own coffin or casket. Choose the design, the colour, the handles, the drapery